No.
No more water. Haven't we learned from the first 2 times?
Yeah.
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 No, we haven't
No,
yet.
no.
That's why he's asking.
3rd time's the charm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Thrashers Paradise. As you... Oh. Thank you. Hello. Oh. Welcome back to Thrashers Paradise, as we are now joined with Depth Perception from right here in Hamilton, Ontario, because conveniently enough, they're like 5 blocks away from me. So, thank God.
Hammertown Meadow.
Yes.
Close by.
Yes. The ideal spot for the first interview back since the whole COVID thing, so yay!
That's right. Hey, it's nice to have some company.
Yes, thank you for
Nice to
inviting
have an
me.
audience.
It's nice to have an audience, not gonna lie.
Someone banging their head for us. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, how long has Depth Perception been a physical band?
Back in the beginning of the dawn of time, there was a couple members called, one was the Archer, and there was a Star Wars themed video to go along with that.
I made that.
Okay, so DP, as we know it, we started in 2012, and we've been playing live since 2015.
Okay.
We released, a couple of things and did a couple of shows.
Self-recorded albums.
Yes.
We released a couple of self-recorded albums, and we finally got around to actually getting a proper studio album recorded,
Oh.
which we are about to release soon.
Okay.
A lot more details to drop once we have them all in order coming. But yeah, overall, I would say 2015 began the 5-piece arrangement of DP playing live. And over the years, we've had a few member changes here and there, just due to various reasons. We've all tried to maintain good contact, and it's all been a positive vibe. And what do you say? It's been about a year now that all 5 of us have been in line. Well, last July, maybe last August, I think. So at least a year solid with all of us. And we were able to get the album finished, get it recorded, and we're actually looking forward to releasing the next bunch of music once we get it finished off. So, there you go. I'll give it back to you for some more questions.
Okay. Thank you. This is the most COVID thing we could be doing.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get flagged or something. Hi, Mark Zuckerberg.
This is for YouTube, not Facebook. We're okay.
Oh, who owns YouTube?
Google.
Who owns Google?
I graduated college from radio, not from a smarter program.
Yeah, I know you're right, though.
COVID has definitely made things a little bit difficult. Still trying to keep outside of this. This is our bubble. I mean, there's nobody else we really chill with, at least myself. Beyond the odd family member you come across, myself have been skipping having family dinners, doing all that kind of stuff, just because I know that at the end of the day, my bubble is beyond just my bandmates.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have vulnerable people in my family, so beyond anyone's idea of hoax, fake, risk, this, that, the other thing, do you want to be responsible for that, or you just want to do the right thing? You try to keep away from anyone that's vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, trying to do most of the right stuff. We don't live in a perfect world. None of us, I think, are perfect people. So some people might shit on us for trying to get together and have this kind of night, where you do come over, we do have an interview. There's not much you can really say. Just trying to do our best to keep some sanity. I think it's all of us are trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you need to keep some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah.
So, give it back to you.
Thank you. I know you're exactly right, but let's get back to why I'm really here, is the music.
Fucking A.
Now, if I'm not wrong, I believe the last album was released 2016, 2017?
Yeah.
2016.
2016. 2016. 4 years later, you're finally releasing the next album. What, besides members, what has really changed from Depth Perception from 2016 till now?
I'd say probably sense of unity. I think we've always been known for having a good live show. I definitely think that we just keep progressing with that because that's basically the only thing we've been able to keep doing. We don't have too many recorded albums. We don't spend a lot of time in the studio. If anyone knows us, it's probably because they've been at a show with us, either watching us play or having us be there. I mean, I wish we could spend more time on shows supporting other people than what we do. But a lot of us, at certain times haven't lived in the same city, so it's limited our ability to go to other shows because sometimes those Friday, Saturday nights are dedicated to our band trying to jam and make music. Outside of that, you're just trying to keep busy. What's changed? You tell me what's changed.
I drank substantially more.
I think our overall style of music has progressed a lot. Our first album was in a different tuning. The songs are a little simpler, a little more to the point, but not very, they don't elaborate. And I think the new album is a lot, it's got a lot more substance. It's a lot deeper. There's, you put it on, it takes you on a journey. It's not a quick journey. It's gonna kind of hit all the points. Everybody in the band has a different group of songs they like, a different group of bands, different influences, and we try to bring all that to the table. And this album features writing from everybody, and everyone got an equal little tidbits in there, and when we went over every song, every edit, every part, we went through really carefully and made sure that's what we really want to put out before we hit the studio with this one. And that's why it took 4 years.
Eventually we'll figure out a guitar tuning to play in.
Yeah. One day.
One day.
Just the bass player.
You have no say.
I mean, as you mentioned, different influences from the Whitechapel hoodie all the way down to the. Is that a Norwegian band?
My t-shirt?
Yeah.
This is Rick and Morty.
Are you Swedish?
American.
I'm just messing with you. seem like you're having way too much fun tonight.
Welcome down to Slug.
Now, as you keep talking about this album, what was was there a main influence when it came to writing the album, anything like that?
Getting everything that we've been playing summarized. Like I was saying before, we didn't spend a lot of time in the studio. We've spent a lot of time just, compiling lists, different set lists, different things going. So it was more just an opportunity to get all this stuff that we've been compiling and writing and playing for the longest time actually on a record. There's probably quite a few people who are going to recognize some of the songs because they've already been in the pit. They've already been, thrashing around to this shit. They've already been, bleeding to these songs. So it's going to be nice to actually get to hear them recorded and hear them, So, anything else I said to elaborate?
Okay, so over the last 4 years, unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people in our lives, and I think that what this album really encompasses is our, some of our loss. There's a bunch of songs where we kind of touch on that, whether it be, your wife, your dad, your friend or your partner or what have you. Our whole band's been through a lot of, grieving process, and I think we're able to, bring some of that pain out into the, how heavy the tunes are, kind of convert our pain into something a little more positive.
Did anyone else have anything you want to touch on that?
Brian agrees.
Now, Adam, this is more geared towards you because you are the newest member of the band. How was it hard to kind of mesh with the band, or did it come like kind of natural?
It was hard.
What?
What were you gonna say?
They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, they're fucking assholes.
They treat me like
These
animals.
guys.
They treat me like animals.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's very, very welcome, very loved right off the get-go. Aside from like camaraderie, though, the music was. I come from very like I play metal, but very traditional style. So I had to learn how to play a pick with a pick for some songs. Just I couldn't play it fast enough with my fingers. Yeah, stuff like that, and I had to adapt, and I had some struggles, but I learned how to fit the pocket of the rhythms in Nathan's drumming and accentuate some of the lead guitar. And yeah, I play with a pick sometimes still, but like I try to play with my fingers as much as I can. Cause fucking fuck the pick. Fuck the pick.
Is that going to be the next T-shirt?
Fuck the pick. Fuck the pick.
You can't have that T-shirt until he stops using a pick.
So he just wears that T-shirt as he's playing with the pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just stares at it, fucking throws it away.
Yeah.
Not like one of those fun, here you go, fans, just like, get it out of my face.
Yeah, and I'd probably like impale someone's eyeball.
So dark, man. Damn.
I mean,
Little ninja.
depth perception.
Speaking of depth perception, now your fans have waited a very long time for this album. What can the fans expect?
With regards to timing,
I think that this album is a collaboration of all the members that have been in the band. And so we all come from different places musically, and it really shows in the album, because I think we've all talked about this. It's one song is a very different vibe than the next. You know, we've got a couple. There's one in particular, "Ashes to Mourn," is more chordy, and it's not as
melodic.
yeah, more melodic, almost singing. And then you got other songs on there that are more groovy, and then some techie stuff, and then it's all over. Lots of influences. So I mean, I think that's what you asked me. I can't remember.
So, when it comes to what to expect from this album, the one thing I will say is, from the amount of times I've listened to it and, tried to listen to just all 10 tracks and different sequences and on random and sometimes in order a few different times just to get a feel of how it might sound if it was just one album. Every song sounds different. There's just a little bit of everything. Now, they're all metal, they're all heavy, they all fit that certain bracket of, if you don't want to listen to radio music, it suits that palette. But you're not going to get 10 songs of one style of music by any stretch. The album that we have is 10 different tracks. Every song has a little bit of something for everybody in it. I wish I could just fucking play it for you. I don't even want to talk about it. I do want to talk about it, but at the same time, I want to just show you. I'm just stoked to have everybody hear it. So, and you got anything else you want to add to it?
Yeah, essentially we got some black metal, we got some black and roll, we got some Viking shit, we got some classic old death metal. It's balls to the walls, and you're gonna love it.
I'll say. So when I listen to our homies in fucking Raider, when I picture fucking someone that sounds like I'm on a Murray, that band, if anyone's gonna draw a comparison. Someone's going to play a song and someone's like, hey, you know what? that kind of makes me reminds me of that kind of group.
Yeah.
Those guys nail it fucking so well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've actually had a couple people from various different music. So I'm not gonna say they're the most hardcore metal people, but we have a few people who at least are knowledgeable enough that they know of them on Earth that have heard a couple of these songs that, in our opinion, we would never ever say that we think this sounds like on Earth. Okay, I would listen to our radio.
Listen to a lot of Marth in our band?
I do, I have. Like, it's not something I listen to all the time, but like I fucking, just like everything I do listen to when it comes on, I'll fucking go through cycles where like I'll listen to a chunk of it. So, point is, like, we've had people even compare us to that, and it's a couple songs we have on the album to that. And it's like, we don't even, we respect it, we appreciate it, but it's not someone who any of us necessarily go home and rock out to all the time. And then when I think about bands like Raider, this is fucking amazing. And I can totally understand why somebody would be like, hey, you kind of have that sound to you. I can understand the comparison. So when we have people fucking compare these couple songs, like, you sound like a Modern Earth, I'm like,
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a lot that has been happening now because of COVID having no shows happen. A lot of bands have gone towards the way of streaming album release parties. Now, is that something that is in conversations to happen?
I guess it depends on venue, really. Like we could stream from a phone anytime here, but to me, if you're going to actually go through the effort of having it be an album release party, you should be set up to like a soundboard. The quality should be the best you can make it. And what are we going to do here? Try to find the best iPhone you can get, try to find the best Android phone you can get, some other kind of something that, you have to really go through the effort to really make sure that stream would go over well. And I think at the moment we just don't have anyone necessarily that, and even still, even if we had the equipment to pull it off, we're going to do it in the basement. Would we go to maybe hopefully rent out the hall, and hopefully maybe like a venue or something like that? It's like, yeah, if it's only 10 of you upstairs, that's fine, and hope that they're cool with it, or somebody's maybe, I just don't know where we would. You guess what I'm saying? Hello?
I think our plan for release for the most part was to try to do Spotify and music videos. So a live stream isn't necessarily what we want to do, and we still want to have a party. So that's kind of what we had talked about. Live stream isn't really on our radar. It hasn't been.
It's just, and because of there's just a lot of drawbacks. Our preference would be, even if it was small, like of course if you get a couple hundred people to come to a CD release party at a venue somewhere in the city, that's awesome. But if you can get 50 people who really want to come to your house, or come to whatever place you're playing and watch you guys, and you have a handful of albums for everyone to hand, that to me would be ideal. Because we want to connect with the crowd.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's our ultimate goal. We also want to make sure that we have access to our music. So at the moment, a lot of the stuff that we've recorded has kind of been low budget, not the best quality to present to the world. And with this album now, once we're ready to release it, we can actually stand behind putting it up on something like Spotify and getting some good YouTube videos and stuff up. So we're kind of waiting for that digital approach at this moment.
Okay.
So that's kind of what we're strapped to at the moment. We'd love to just post a big show with all our fucking favorite bands and have everyone come rock out, but unfortunately we know that's not a reality right now. So just getting the music out there to people, I think, is the biggest goal. So the shows will come, the live streams will come if we can do it. But like we've already done it. And when it comes to live streams, we've already had times where we do set up a phone or something, let people kind of tap into our jam sessions. But it's a little different than having an actual proper CD release party. So it's just not the same vibe. So.
Of course.
See.
Okay. Do you guys have a ETA of when we could expect maybe a single from this new album out?
I'm gonna leave this in somebody else's hands. Go ahead.
Okay, so from my understanding, when you're happy with the mix and all that, then you send it off to be mastered. So mastering could take like 3 months. So say we send it off soon, maybe we have it by January. So I'm thinking it's going to be sometime in the new year, maybe maybe end of January, maybe at the soonest. And I mean that's what's the rush, right? Like
Yeah.
we're can't play any shows, so.
No, it's for a single. Well, I'm saying this. That's for a
We need a
single.
record first, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna drop our first single at the end of January
Officially, I guess.
if everything goes well.
Oh, it's happening.
It's happening.
No pressure, Steve.
Wait, who's Steve?
Hi!
That's our 6th member.
Okay.
He's the wizard.
Oh, okay.
The wizard, yes.
The wizard. Okay.
Now, it's Mr. Steve Haynes.
Mr. Steve Haynes at Poseidon
Poseidon.
Records Studios. He's been recording our album for us. It sounds fucking killer. And we're just waiting to get everything finalized. He's busy. We've got a lot of shit going on in our world too when it comes to actually being able to digest it and go over all the edits and everything we need to finalize. So we're happy it's coming along. COVID hasn't helped anything at all for everybody.
It's close.
we're like right on the verge of having it done. So we just gotta get everything finalized. It's coming. The problem is time flies. I want to give you guys, a sooner time frame. I hate even saying it's going to be pushed to the new year, but at the same time. All right.
I revived something to record, so forgive the wide change video direction jigger. Yeah.
It died from COVID-19.
We had to quarantine the camera. It passed away in the meantime.
Wow.
That's tough.
It's actually the first time it's been used since quarantine.
First they thought it was just humans. Then they discovered it was dogs. Now it's cameras! Cameras got it, man! The electronics! They got the COVID!
I can't look at you and not laugh.
Next question.
No pressure.
I have a hard time with that myself. On a day-to-day basis.
Standing there, like fucking trying to camp, and we'll like go off and like stand in the bush and go piss.
Oh, it's fucked up now. You like go stand in the bush, and all of a sudden Adam walks up beside you, and he's like fucking stands pissing too. And you look over, and he looks over, he's like, "I'm vegan, eh?"
I'm assuming you're vegan?
That's correct.
We have a former vegan too.
So vegetarian.
Retired vegetarian.
Retired.
Throw in the house.
Post-vegetarian.
Why did I hit the record button again?
Should have just called it.
I need to use your views.
Careful, was telling you something.
This will go at the end.
Blooper
It's
reel.
fine.
That's it.
Yeah, this will be
Wait,
like
who's the one
when,
smoking pot tonight?
yeah. When those two like icons show up and it's like next video.
I'm trying to think of the next question. I can't.
It's not like he hasn't written everything.
I got it.
There you go.
I got it.
There.
So, what? So I've been told by multiple people that a big part of a band's success is merchandise, and by far your band has one of the more unique items I've ever seen for merchandise with your own homemade hot sauce. So what really sparked the idea to have a homemade hot sauce?
So once upon a time, we were on this tour with this band called Veronicas,
For being honest.
Okay.
and they pulled out this hot sauce, and it was deadly. And I was like, maybe I can do one better. I can make it hotter, or I can make it simpler, or I can make you eat more of it, or the brain starts churning, right?
Yeah.
So we came up with our hot sauce.
Okay.
Then that next year, they came up with a new hot sauce, new and improved, and it was better. So we had to make ours better once again, and it's been a hot sauce feud. For the last 5 years, every year we try to make it one better.
Also, shout out to Veronicas, because those guys are our fucking homies.
So far, we're not sure. It's undecided which one's better. But they lit the fire. We roll with it.
We also have shot glasses.
Shot glasses. What inspired that?
I don't know. Tell them about the
Tequila?
shot glasses. What
I'm
you
just
like.
kidding.
Yeah, I just wanted to have some fucking shot glasses with our band logo on it. I don't know if it goes too deep. I just thought it'd be a fucking great idea. Nathan actually was able to square it up and make them look as cool as they do. Personally, I enjoy the all black with the white logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like literally looks like our banner slapped on a shot glass. So, firstly, I think that's cool. We've been rocking it. But I think I bought a whole box of them myself. I can give it out to most of my friends so that anywhere I go, when I pull out a bottle to have some shots, I know they have some good quality, high quality death perception shot glasses. Only $5. Just saying.
Just saying.
We made it to Mexico and Cuba.
Oh. Cuba, that's right. I wanted to ask you about it. Your band performed in Cuba.
That's right.
I have not heard of many other independent Canadian bands that have done that. What kind of drove the show or tour? Show?
Shows. Two separate individual
Okay.
shows.
What inspired to go to Cuba to perform a show?
The story has it that Nathan here actually was vacationing in Cuba with his wife,
Okay.
and just happened to be wearing a metal shirt around the resort one day, and he happened to bump into one of the gentlemen who fronts a very well-known band down there who plays a lot of covers, mostly rock and roll, Guns N' Roses, all kinds of, System of a Down, just different stuff. But they mostly focus on rock and roll that's acceptable at the resorts. So the lead singer for that band happened to bump into Nathan and saw him wearing a metal shirt and said, "Oh, listen, you like metal?" And so they began chatting, and one thing led to another. They both turned out to be in bands. So our Cuban friend David said, "Why don't you bring your band down to Cuba sometime?" And so a few months later, 10 months, 11 months later, something like that, we actually had all the passports lined up. We were able to make it work. And we went and played the Whole Game Metal Festival.
With Claim.
With Claim, Mephisto. So if anyone likes black metal, please, they're on Spotify. Mephisto. They're fucking amazing. The stuff's so good. I know YouTube has some, they actually played in Cuba with an orchestra as well.
That's awesome.
It's like the fucking Metallica stuff, but fucking cool. No. Oh yeah.
Fucking right.
That came at the perfect time.
Oh my god.
Flag to them. But yeah, so we were fortunate enough, and the crazy thing is the first show we actually played in Cuba, it's an outdoor venue.
Okay.
And one of the cool things, we actually rolled up that day, and we got out of the limo, not limo, the fucking Jeep, the big Jeep that took us all there, the big group of us. from the resort inland. We get out, and all we can hear playing from like the system that's playing music for everybody is Day of Mourning from fucking Despised Icon.
Okay.
And I'm like, how cool is that to be from Canada, to get out of your thing in Cuba, and all you can hear is another Canadian band from fucking the next province over who's absolute kick-ass playing and having all these. So then we walk around the brick building that's a little too tall. So once we can see what's happening inside the venue, you can actually see there's a bunch of kids fucking moshing and like pushing each other around. No band's playing, they're just moshing to the radio, like moshing to the sound system playing. They're fucking losing their minds already. There's a tattoo conventioning happen, so there's all kinds of like free tattoos being given. Guys just sitting there fucking drawing up on people. Everyone's got tattoos everywhere. And so the venue itself actually had no walls around the outside of it. Like the walls themselves were maybe hip level.
Okay.
And so it's like an outdoor festival. So everything you're doing is being heard by half the city.
Yeah.
But there was at least 500 people in front of us. It's fucking crazy. As soon as we got off stage, it was like we were rock stars. Oh, photo. Oh,
That's cool.
We're like signing people's arms and skin and stuff like that. And it's like nobody else gives a shit about us anywhere else. I mean, we have a few good shows. I'm not saying nobody cares, but not like, oh, give me photos, sign everything I have. Oh, they bought every piece of merch we had. It was absolutely phenomenal.
That's
it was
awesome.
such a crazy experience. So I don't know if you want to touch on that at all, but. Anyone else want to talk about the second time? What your thoughts were on the second time around? What kind of vibe that? It was a totally different vibe, but it was still fucking absolutely cool. Then we actually had a few people there from the first show.
Pass the mic.
They came to watch the second one.
It's the second time we play Cuba. We're supposed to do the same metal festival that Kyle's talking about, and it got canceled. Why did that happen? A bunch of
Donald
political reasons.
Trump.
Yeah. So anyway, we basically played a local show there, and it was pretty cool. So we get there about noon, and we're trying to set up for the show, and we're all thirsty, and we're trying to find water anywhere in town. All they have is beer. Like they have all the beer in every store. Can't get water. Can't get fucking water. So like, okay.
But you can get beer.
Every
We're
single
dehydrated, and then people start showing up at the venue, and they got just full bottles of rum, and that's all they're drinking. No one's drinking beer, just straight liquor. They're all getting hammered. It was intense, and then it was a small club, but still a decent metal.
It was like a
venue.
Doors show.
Oh, okay.
Without the bar underneath.
It was
Yeah, well, it's like if only the
No
upstairs.
tacos.
Only the upstairs.
no food.
tacos.
No
No
tacos.
food.
No,
Just
no
booze.
tacos.
That.
Definitely no vegan tacos. Shout out to Doors.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the shows I ever played, I was exhausted, and it was tough to play, but the crowd was so into it. It was really cool.
I threw up a whole bunch of times before we played in Cuba the second time, and I struggled through the entire set because it was just so hot, and I did my best to stay hydrated. I did my best to not put myself in that position, and these motherfuckers would not stop being like, drink, rum, drink, rum, come on, rum. And I still turned most of them down and was like, no. After the funny thing when you look at all the photos from Cuba is that I'm not in most of them after the set because I was too busy outside fucking puking around the corner by myself. As soon as the set was done, I literally had to go outside and find my own area away from everybody. And at that point, everyone inside was like, oh, let's take photo. So there's all kinds of band photos. Everyone's sweaty, everyone's all done, and yeah, I'm gone. Don't drink before your set, folks. Don't drink fucking Cuban drinks, folks. Cerveza only.
What's cerveza?
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In Cuba, cerveza.
In Cuba, cerveza only before a show.
After, do whatever you want.
Okay. Now, on the top of alcohol,
Yes.
it's easy to say alcohol is a fine beverage that only the highest caliber of people enjoy.
Well, I don't know about that. That's an overstatement.
It's a blatant
Depends on what
lie.
alcohol.
Blatant lie. Okay. For each of you individually, what is the drink of choice?
Someone else first. I gotta think.
Gotta come back to this.
I gotta
Which
think.
IPA he prefers the most?
Yo, IPAs are good.
Fucking nippy. So I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'll tell straight goods. For a long time, raspberry vodka was my shit. Actually, strawberry vodka was my shit. Then they took it away and fucking left me with just raspberry bullshit. And then I was like, well, whiskey tastes pretty good too.
Okay.
Now I don't like that Jack Daniels shit. Gibson's Canadian Club 12 if I have to.
I got you that for your birthday.
What?
Gibson's.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I drink whatever. I drink whatever.
He was like this.
It's like if I had to promote something, like what do I like prefer? Somebody's like, hey, I'll buy you a shot. Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah, I don't like Crown Royal either. I don't like Crown Royal either. Fucking
Me
suit
too.
me.
Make them doubles. I don't turn my
Yeah.
nose up for whatever you give me, but that's alright.
Right. All right, Nathan, your turn.
Okay. So tonight I bought Schlieffen. It's an ethnic drink from the Eastern European continent of Eastern Europe. It's delicious.
You okay there, Adam?
My other favorites are the Kraken.
Okay,
You
yeah.
must release it. Spice box, because that's a spicy box. And I like Diablo wine. It's the devil wine.
Okay.
Baco Noir. It's definitely tastes like bacon.
Baka Baka.
That pretty much
Noir.
covers everything.
Oh, it's Baka Baka Noir. That's what it is.
I don't drink beer. Beer tastes weird.
Okay.
It's an acquired taste. I mean, I've had a beer, but I would rather have whiskey. And I challenge all beer drinkers, have whiskey instead. It's better for you.
You know they're probably beer drinkers because they can't handle whiskey.
Beer drinkers
That's cool.
can't.
No, that's
I'm
not-
gonna not make a blanket statement. I'm gonna pass the microphone to Brian.
Say it in the truck.
What does Brian like to drink?
Coors Light.
There you go.
I like the 6th Coors Light better than the first.
That's
They got-
right. They get
they got
progressively
better.
better as you drink.
Oh, okay.
And number 6 tastes better than number 1. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
I've been rocking Miller Lights, and if I'm gonna drink liquor, either Jaeger or tequila.
With cinnamon.
Yes.
Tequila.
Oh,
Yeah.
tequila with cinnamon.
We
so
need
Cinnamon and orange.
I
Yes.
showed everybody in the span this little trick. You have your tequila, and then instead of salt, you use cinnamon. And
Okay.
instead of lemon, you use an orange.
Huh.
Same way, it's super good.
Bueno.
Delicious.
It's like candy.
Totally recommend Death Perception drink of the year.
Yeah.
It's that perception approved.
Try it.
DP approved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It'll
Maybe not be
DP
monster
your
approved as
taste
well.
buds.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super
Yet to be
delicious.
verified.
I'll definitely have to try that.
And I usually will drink whatever they hand me too.
Yeah, his 2 favorite drinks are Coors Light and whatever we hand him.
So yeah, essentially IPAs and tequila.
We had to think about that.
There's a lot of IPAs out there. Now, are we talking about like major brewery IPAs or like craft breweries IPAs?
Oh, a little bit of both. Depends on what I can afford.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, the Waterloo Brewery IPA.
Hey. No, that's a good IPA
It's
right there.
good.
It is. You ever had Octopus Wants to Fight? Great Lakes
Flying
Brewery.
Monkeys?
No, that's from Octopus Wants to Fight's from
Great Lakes. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah.
You and me, we'll have a conversation about IPAs later.
Yeah.
We'll do a separate video just to two of us talk about these.
Yeah. We can do a tasting.
Yeah, I will hold you to that. That's a good idea.
Yes.
I'll do it.
Okay, I'll send you a friend request on Facebook and we'll
Dope.
set something. Yes.
Making moves, making moves.
Now, you made a new friend. I'm happy. Okay.
That was the whole point.
Friends. I made new friends.
It's just a bass player.
Oh, fuck you!
Bass players matter
I-
to you.
I Bass joke player with- lives matter. I razz at him because he's the coolest. So.
Oh, okay.
We know we can handle it.
That's
Don't
a
let it
quick
go to your
save.
head.
That's a quick save.
Now, all six of us know, we have no idea when this COVID thing's going to end. We have no ETA, no nothing, but as soon as it does, whenever that may be, whether it be 2 months, 6 months, or the next year or so, what is the one thing, as soon as this whole thing blows over, Deaf Perception wants to do the most? Oh, Nathan.
Release party.
Okay. So we put a couple things on hold. There was talk about doing a cross Canada this year that we kind of threw in the garbage. But what is way, way, way cooler than that, we have a Texas-Mexico tour that we've already planned, and we're going to do it. We're going to fly. Okay, we're going to drive to Buffalo.
Okay.
Then we're going to take an American flight
Okay.
from Buffalo to Texas.
Okay.
We're going to hang out with Brian's friends from his hometown. We're going to play in like three different cities.
Okay.
Then we're going to drive across the border. Okay?
Cool.
Then we're going to do about 6 Mexican cities. We're going to stay with Disrupted and Dark Side Ritual in their houses. They're going to cook us their family food, and their mama's going to take care of us.
Okay.
And then we're going to drive to Cancun and take the flight home. We can take Swoop all the way from Cancun right back to Hamilton. How does that sound?
Pretty cool.
Fucking metal.
That is a lot of time and effort put into that for sure.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. Hopefully you guys can do that soon enough.
Maybe 2 years,
Okay.
maybe, based on COVID time.
Oh yeah.
And literally any year we can go back and so like just this weekend. So just this weekend was today. When's that happening? The Holguin Metal Festival again.
Yeah.
Anytime we want to go back to Cuba, we can literally get put on a show, and they keep encouraging us if we want to go back to do a tour.
Oh, okay.
The people down there, our friends we've made down there, are like, listen, come, we'll make show after show after show. But it just keeps lining up that we keep coming down, staying at the resort, going, playing a show, come back, and then we take off.
Okay.
Right? Whereas, like, literally, it's not the most ideal in terms of, like, places we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
We want to just branch out and go to visit other places.
Yeah.
But it's nice knowing that anytime we want to go down to Cuba, we have the opportunity to go down and play, like, a decent sized show.
Yeah.
Or play a couple shows and string them together if we can pull it off.
Okay.
But, we also, last time we were in Cuba, we're fortunate enough to make friends in Germany. And, it's a stretch, but sometimes you can make these things work out. Where we had another group of friends engage the threat from out east, and they lined up a whole bunch of shows, played them all in all different places, like
Iceland.
Iceland. Like, they fucking played all over the place. They did some crazy stuff. Like, kudos to them. So to me, it's like we can go wherever you want. You can set up even just a handful of shows in a small town or a few small towns. You don't have to play for fucking 50,000 people. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But just get out there and play, make some new fans,
Yeah.
experience some new stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's getting pretty late, and it's time to ask one last question. We always ask first timers on this channel of ours.
We're virgins.
Yes, you're virgins to us.
I feel my cherry popping.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna regret saying this, but I have popped a lot of cherries on this channel.
Nice.
You regret nothing.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No. Yep. No regrets. No.
So broken hearts. Broken dreams, broken hearts.
So we call this question the poser question to ensure that we didn't just get randomly messaged on Craigslist to come to some random dude's house
Oh
in
shit, he
Hamilton.
found out.
Uh-oh.
Alright, interview's over. Sorry, guys.
See you never. No. So the question is simple. Hopefully, I hope you guys get it right. I have a good feeling one of you will get it right. Might be him. I think I'll surprise everyone. The question is, who would win in the fight? Lemmy or God?
Lemmy.
Lemmy is God.
Dana got it right.
How like, wait, is
That's
this a
the
question? I was questioning whether or not this was a good movie.
Yes, Airheads is a great movie. The only good Adam Sandler movie.
Oh. That's tough.
But that's Perception. Thank you so much for inviting me out to come hang out with you for these past couple of hours, record a lot of content that will be up on the channel soon. And yeah, I don't know why I was thinking of something else to say. But thank you all so much for having me out. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people that are going to be watching this interview on YouTube?
Thanks for tuning in.
Mop, 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 gonna make 'em shine. Gonna clean off the spray paint with the turpentine.
Ow! 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 Don't take us too seriously.
We enjoy what we do. We're just out here having fun. You know, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate anyone that tunes in. You know, we do want people listening to the album and hope that they have something to fucking headbang along to, have a couple drinks to enjoy. And hopefully we can meet up and see everyone at a show sometime soon.
Don't be a pussy, buy the album.
I mean, be whatever you want to be, but buy the album. Thank you.
Adam, anything you'd like to say?
Metal up your ass, bitches!
On that note, until next time, everyone, keep on thrashing.